Good morning, good morning, good morning, my beautiful imperfectionist family. How are you, beautiful people, today? It's your girl Tammy, aka That's a Woman, coming at you today, greeting you with some love, some light, some positivity, charging you up this morning like you plug your finger into a socket to start your day off with some positive energy and a moment of inspiration. So, what's our inspirational message for today? Our message today is going to come from a man in the Bible by the name of Gideon. Who is Gideon? Long story short, Gideon was a man who did not believe in himself. Gideon is a man who did not see himself the way God saw him. Yet he was approached by an angel. The angel said, Gideon, you mighty man of valor. Now, in my imagination, being what I am aware of where Gideon is concerned, Gideon probably did the, who are you talking to? What do you mean? I'm not a mighty man of valor. However, that just goes to show that even when we don't think it, when we're feeling less than, we really are. You are a mighty man, a mighty woman of valor. God knows it. So even when you don't know it, He does. So therefore, my message today is for you to start seeing yourself the way that God sees you. Remember, He loves you so much. And I think at times when life happens, we tend to forget that. We forget that we have so much hope. We have the victory in all things if we will only trust, if we will only believe. So here's the thing with Gideon, and Gideon is a perfect example of an imperfectionist family, an imperfectly perfect person. Why do I say that? Because guess what? Even after being approached and told by an angel that he's a mighty man of valor, he doubted. He doubted. He sent God on the test. Now imagine this. You testing God. Well, here's the beautiful part. You are granted permission to do so. And guess what? God answered the test. Gideon put out some fleece. He said, if it's dry and the ground is wet, I'll believe. That didn't work. He put the fleece back out. He said, if the fleece is wet and the ground is dry, I believe. So ultimately, that is a great illustration for us to be reminded that even when we have those moments of doubt, I know we've been beat up for so many years. You should never doubt God. You should never doubt God. And here's the thing. I'm not going to say doubt God. But what I am going to say, when you have moments of doubt, it's okay. Be real with those doubts and seek God and seek the opportunity and the best way to turn that doubt around. The scripture says, lean not to your own understanding, but in all your ways acknowledge God for the direction of your path. So when you feel that you have those moments of doubts, that's when you say, God, listen, this situation has me a little thrown off here. I am having a hard time, but yet I'm going to trust you. Now, I may have some little doubts here, but I still trust you. See, here's the thing. When we are real, when we are authentic, God responds. He loves that, because so many times in life we were taught, don't be authentic. Don't. In fact, I grew up in a time where I was told, don't question God. That's the time that I grew up in. I was taught, and when you go to God, just that one time, that's it. You don't have to go again. Well, let me ask you this. If that's the case, why is there a scripture in the Bible that says to pray without ceasing? That is saying to me that you have to go to God more than the one time. And even if you go to the book of Job, Job was a man after God's own heart in a sense. He eschewed the very presence of evil, like David. David was a man after God's own heart, but Job was in a sense too. He lived a perfect and upright life. He was going about his business and life happened. To the point, he found himself complaining. And here's the thing. At the end of Job, Job was restored double for his trouble. And here's the thing. God respected his honesty. This is where in life, in the times that we are in, we get told, we were told, or the times that we were in, we're trying to disrupt these thinking patterns. We were told, no, you don't ask, you don't complain, and you just keep it moving and you just act like it don't hurt. It's just like even with death. When you lose a loved one, I'm going to say in my community, we're taught, oh, you be strong. Oh, be strong, be strong. It's okay, be strong. Now, let me ask you this. Why? Why exactly would I be strong if I lost a loved one? Tell me that. That doesn't even make sense. But that's the mindset that was passed along. If you lose someone you love, you have every right to cry, scream, if you want to break some dishes, whatever it takes. Or even if you going through a painful divorce or breakup or you lost them, you have the right to feel. We have been in a society that tries to desensitize our feelings, telling us it's wrong to feel the way we feel. No, it's not. Your true healing, your true breakthrough is in your feeling. And I say that because I was looking at a lot of the things going on. Last time I talked about the floodings. I talked about the brawl. I talked about some of the things that are just the world as a whole. And I found myself thinking about that, thinking about some things that I have going on that I'm trying to arrange and get done, and just felt a little bit of overwhelmment. To the point that I literally, Miss Queen Positivity here now, had a moment that I'm like, God, I just feel like I need a good cry. But I felt for a moment like I didn't want to. And literally, in my prayer and meditation time, I had to say to myself, Tammy, it's okay to cry. And when I did that, when I tell you the tears started flowing, this is recent activity now. The tears started flowing. And after I did that, I felt so much better. Why? Because I gave in, I acknowledged how I feel. You can't heal what you won't feel. I acknowledged and I released them. That took me straight into my mantra. I release things that do not positively serve me. And I jumped into my affirmation and I affirm my happiness. I affirm things that are going on with me. I even try to affirm things that are going on in the world with this world. It can change. Things can get better. People can get better. They can get to a place of love and happiness and joy. And they can stop focusing on the negativity and focus on what's good, what's wholesome, which is love, which is lovely, which is of a good report. That's what Philippians tell us to focus on. However, we have spent so much time focusing on the negative. And I am here to say, probably saying it again, focusing on the negative does not bring about the positive. It's like iron sharpening iron. I'm almost sure if you put two dull knives together, well, no, they'll sharpen each other. What would be a good illustration? Can't quite think of one fast enough because we're on a time constraint, but I think you understand where I'm going. You have to get to the place. Whereas, you know what? I'm better right here, right now. Hebrews 11:1 says, now faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things that are not seen. So when you think about that in the now, not in the future, not in the coming, all you have is right now. All you have is the present. And here's the thing about it. I've learned, if you continue saying, oh, this is coming, that is coming, that's coming, it'll be here, it's going to arrive, it's going to arrive. Well, sweetie, I'm here to tell you, you're going to keep it coming. How about you start declaring it in the right now? Start believing for it in the right now. Even the mighty man and mighty woman of valor that you are, start believing that right now, even if you don't feel it. Even if you don't feel it, start feeling it, start thinking it. Give it the action, the momentum to move and come forward in your life. I promise you that will bring about a positive change. The better you feel, the more you bring more things to feel good about in your life. It's all possible. It's all possible. You can do it. And guess what? You have a cheerleader right here. Because guess what? I am your cheerleader. I am one of your biggest fans. I'm cheering you on to victory. I'm cheering you out of that state of not feeling well enough or feeling inadequate. That one whereas the angel says, hey, you mighty man or mighty woman of valor. And you be like, no, I'm not. No, I need you to come up out of that. And I need you to come up out of that now. Okay, that's the now faith movement. So I want you to get your faith, get your mind back, get your strength back, get your energy. You know, it's just like the story I heard of a man that his donkey fell into a hole, and the donkey fell so deep into the hole that or it was a well, and the farmer couldn't get him out. So he just concluded that the donkey was dead. And what did he do? He went and grabbed some dirt and he put it into the hole to fill the hole up. But let me tell you, for those who don't know the story, the donkey kept shaking the dust off, shaking the sand off. And every time he shook the sand off, he continued to rise higher and higher and higher till guess what? He came out of that hole. What do I saying to you? You can rise higher too. You can come out of it. You just have to shake off whatever it is that's keeping you from rising. You can shake it off. You can do it. Let it go. Shake it off. Now, that was an illustration. And I think that is a great way to end this day. So, you beloved mighty man, you beloved mighty woman of valor, I want you to just shake off anything that is holding you back. Why? Because you got this. You got this, okay? So that's our session for today. And look, we are still in the month of August. And even though, like I said the other time, happiness has not fully happened, we're still going to believe that is happening, okay? So I want you to get happy, happy, joy, joy. Again, do something good for yourself, whatever it takes. I want you to be happy. In fact, I didn't ask the question, have you been doing it? Have you been listening to your girl? Your girl's not talking just to be talking. She is really, really trying to help encourage you. So listen, as I show and share my form of appreciation for you guys, thank you so much for listening. If I'm touching you in any kind of way, please leave me a comment. I want to know, give me a thumbs up. I want to know that I am having an impact on you, because that's what this is about, impacting lives in a positive. In a world full of I can keep going on, y'all know that. In a world full of so much negativity, I'm here to bring you some positivity. I'm here to shine light in darkness. Because one thing I learned, darkness does not empower the light. Light empowers the darkness. You don't go into a house looking for a dark switch. You go in looking for a light switch to cover the darkness. So that's what I am here to do. You know it. So I thank you all for listening. And as you go back through your day, your week, I want it to be, there's a saying, may today be the best day of your life. And I think I've said that before. And then tomorrow, the best day, and so on. You get what I'm saying. In other words, I want you to have the best days of your life every day for the rest of your life. Okay? All right. Peace, blessings, love, and light. And I want you guys to have gigantically, if that's even a word. Have a super amazing day. I love you all, beloved. Be blessed.